Show you how to install the 2 gig image sensor. First thing you'll need to go along with this is the 900 megahertz transceiver, or the 2gig-XC VR2. When you unbox the 900 megahertz transceiver, basically there'll be two things in there. Obviously the transceiver itself looks a little different than what's in the back of the 2 gig. Notice the little brass antenna onto the side. And then handy dandy instructions, or fire starter. What we're doing with the transceiver is we're replacing the original 345 transceiver that comes with the 2 gig panel. So to do that, you'll want to make sure that the 2 gig panel is completely powered down. Take the back plate off of the back of the 2 gig and just simply gently pull up. It's kind of hard to do with only one hand holding the phone. But if you simply pull up on the transceiver, it should pop right out. Now what you're going to want to do is install the 900 megahertz transceiver. Notice there's some little pins on the back of them. What you're going to want to do is just make sure that those pins match up with these little connectors right here, and this one hiding right there. Once you have those pins lined up, you can just simply press down on the transceiver and you can kind of feel it click into place. Be careful with those pins. Make sure that you have them completely lined up. You don't want to bend them or snap any off. They're actually pretty fragile. Next, I'm going to take you through an unboxing of the 2 gig image sensor. When you open up the image sensor, you should see three things. One, obviously the instructions. When in doubt, read the instructions. Also the image sensor. Make sure you pay attention to this little note on top. Caution, learn in one image sensor at a time. Insert batteries after pressing the learn button. And then also what you're going to pull out of this box are two Energizer lithium ion batteries. Now make sure you also explain to your customer that when these batteries go low, that they replace them with lithium ion batteries and not the alkaline batteries. Next, what you want to do is get into the panel programming by hitting the Alder symbol or the 2 gig button down in the bottom right hand corner. You're going to want to enter in the installer code. Usually this is 9044, or if it's defaulted, 1561. Then you're going to want to go over here to the system configuration tab, and this will take you right into RF sensor programming. So we're right here on zone 1. What you're going to want to do is scroll down. The sensor type is either going to be an interior or an interior with delay, just like a motion sensor. Equipment type, motion. Scroll down. Now the equipment code, you're going to want to change this to code number 9999, alarm.com image sensor. Scroll down, and then notice it's going to learn in a little bit differently than a regular sensor. What you're going to want to do, remember, hit the learn button first. It's going to initialize the learning process. Then what you're going to want to do is come over and put your batteries in the back of your image sensor. Again, this is kind of hard to do with one hand holding the phone and one hand on battery, so I'm going to pause the video until I get the batteries in. Alright guys, what you're going to want to do is snap the batteries completely in. Notice that the little LED on the front of the image sensor is flashing. Give it just a second. Just kind of set it down by the 2 gig panel, or just hang on. Notice down here at the bottom it says alarm.com image sensor ID number 5. You're going to hit OK. Then what you're going to want to do is just scroll down, and it's going to ask you the same questions as a regular motion detector. Select RF sensor equipment age. It's new. Loop number 1. Dialer delay. Always turn the dialer delay off. Voice description. You can name it living room motion detector. Reports enabled, supervised enabled, chime off unless the customer wants the chime every time somebody walks in front of the motion detector. And then as always, skip, end, save changes mark is checked, exit, and the 2 gig panel will reset. Then you just place the cap back onto the back of the motion detector, place the mount where you want to mount the image sensor, and then set it off just like you were going to set off a regular 2 gig or Alder simple motion detector and we just successfully installed an image sensor to a 2 gig panel. You'll want to make sure that the customer's alarm.com account in their package is set up for image sensors. And you'll want to make sure that they have the proper login information to get in and view those images. Thanks, guys.